Oh, I love Caribbean cuisine. I just love Caribbean food. It's so yummy. I grew up in Montreal, and there's a large Haitian community up there, and my childhood friend, her mom used to cook the nicest dish. And so when I moved here, I was a little upset because there's not that many Caribbean restaurants. There's not a lot of, I was craving for that food. I just can never find it. You have to drive all the way to Maryland. So can you imagine my excitement when I booked this comedy gig and it was at a Caribbean place and I was like, oh man, yummy, 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 yummy. So I'm driving there, it's like an hour and a half in rush hour. And then I get there and you can imagine like a vinyl scratching like, and I look up and it's not Caribbean, it's Ethiopian. Speaking of that vinyl thing, I keep on thinking that one day, is it too loud? It's too loud. Yes, okay. I was thinking that, maybe it's better like this. Maybe that one day, those new generation wouldn't even know what that reference was, right? About the scratching, yeah, exactly. But so it was Ethiopian food instead, and I was thinking, oh my gosh, I was in traffic thinking about all these rice and beans and goat curry and cabbage and plantains, and I'm like, oh no. Okay, and jarrah bread is still good, and they'll have stew. So I looked at the menu and I tried to find the closest to my cravings, and I thought, okay, I'm gonna do lamb. So I ordered lamb, and the waitress said, oh no, you cannot do this lamb dip, it has to be this dish instead. Which was called like the special chef, and it looked suspicious, and I'm like a mysterious meat, and she said it's beef tonight. So I thought, okay, well how about this other dish that also said lamb? And she's like, no, not this one, we cannot serve it tonight. And I said, how about this third dish with jalapenos that also said lamb? And then she said, yes, this one we can. So I said, so you don't have lamb for the first or the second, but you have lamb for the third? And the lady was like, yeah, we can do that one. So I go up, I perform. It was an interesting set, and, I come back. 1 hour later, I still didn't get my food, and I'm hungry. Like the show started at 8, it was like 9 o'clock, still no food. And when it finally shows up, it was a big bowl of soupy goop with a lot of bread in it, bones and cartilage, and bread on the side. And I thought, oh, that's why, because they don't have lamb, but they have bones and cartilages. And I wasn't raised to be confrontational, especially my parents used to have a retail store. I know how it is to run a business and how hard it is to, So I was like, I can't be that person. I'm the kind of girl who would receive a tea from Starbucks and make a grimace the entire time, instead of just returning it, right? And then I had a friend who once looked at me and said, why are you doing this? Just return. And I'm like, I can't do that. I'm too embarrassed. So he got up, he returned the tea for me and said, this tastes off, and then brought me back another tea. And then I learned from that experience. So that night I thought, okay, this is ridiculous. I'm hungry. There's no food. It's really just water and bread and bones. So it's odd, right? I'm brave enough to tell comedy on the stage, but I'm not brave enough to go to the waitress and say, ma'am, this food is horrible. Right? But I did. I went to her and I said, there's no meat in here. And she said, yes, you ordered meat. I said, no, what I mean is I wanted meat and there's no meat in there. It's like, yes, you wanted meat. This is how it is. There's meat there. And then she starts shoveling my bowl and pushing it around and pointing at that little crumb here and there. And I said, look, this is not meat. Okay, I ordered lamb. This is just bones and cartilages. And she's like, no, it is meat. This is how we eat it, And I said, no, that's the equivalent of you telling me, Grandma's visiting the house. But then you just see her coffin and it's just her carcass. I'm like, this is not Grandma. This is not meat. And she's like, fine. She just took it away. And then she says, this is an Ethiopian dish. Maybe you're not familiar with our cuisine. And I started naming every Ethiopian restaurant I knew. And I'm like, none of them would ever serve that. I sat down, I was really upset. And she said, would you like me to bring you something else? And I heard enough videos about when you return something and people spit in it. So I thought, oh my God, I'm gonna starve for the evening. I return it. And then I started worrying. I'm like, will they expect me to pay for it? And I don't wanna walk out looking at the lady who didn't pay. I'm like, how do you handle this? I'm always so awkward with money, Finally, I had to get up again and I told her, I hope you understand that I'm not gonna pay for this. I did not eat it and this is not, and it was fine, it was okay. But then I was hungry, so that was on Columbia Pike. And I was with my colleague, a comedian friend, and after her set, because I tried to support her show too, they said, okay, let's go eat somewhere. There's a Boston market right around the corner. I'm like, okay, let's go. So we walk, we're two ladies with our high heels, it's late at night. And I looked on the website, and it says it closes at 11. It was 10:30, we walk in the Boston market, and I say, hallelujah, oh my gosh, I'm so glad you're still open. I cannot wait to eat. I love their squash casseroles and their cornbread. I'm like, oh, yay. And then the whole staff looked at me and said, actually, we're closed. And I said, I did not know I could walk through doors because I'm in here, am I? She's like, no, we're closed. And I said, well, your website, and I show my phone, because I'm not just hungry, I'm hangry at that point. And I said, it says 11. And they say, oh, I know what corporate says, but our door clearly says 10:30. And I said, but I still see the little chicken spin around, and there's all that food there. You can't just scoop me something like I'm hungry. You can't leave this starving Asian starving. Come on. And then they said, and then the manager shows up and says, what do you want? What do you want? I'm like, I don't know. I want a better interest rate and mortgage. I want to move house. I want a new boyfriend. What do you think I want? I'm here. Of course I want food. But then I saw his tone, and I'm like, this is not how you talk to a customer. I mean, I understand I was out of the operating hours, but you still should just say, how can I help you? And I thought, I'm not supporting him. I'm not going to give my money to these people who talk to me like this. So I said, I don't know why I used the race thing just because I'm an immigrant myself, but I said, you came to America just to be a capitalist and you can't even make money? You don't want my money? I'm right here. You only have one job, is to make money. You could have made one extra sale, and this is how you do it? I don't get it. And he was like, oh, man, and I just got so mad, I stumped out, and my friend was like, Davine, I've never seen you like this. And I'm like, I'm hungry. And as I walked out, the guy comes out, he's like, I can give you free food. And I didn't even want it at that point. I was so angry at his business model. I just didn't understand his customer service logic. I was like, you're missing the point. You're losing money. I'm never going to come back. And I walked away, and then, so we saw Wendy's. And I'm like, okay, cool, let's go to Wendy's. So we walked in Wendy's, and we're like, again, I don't know why I had to say that. I could have just walked in and ordered like anyone else, but I had to be all dramatic, and I went to the guy at the cash register, I said, thank God you guys are open. And they said, actually, no, we're closed, but the drive-thru is open. Seriously? And I'm like, but I'm here. You're the same staff. Okay, whether you turn towards that window or here, what difference does it make? And they're like, no, it's only the drive-thru, it's the policy, corporate is filming us, they're gonna see everything. I'm like, corporate will see you making sales. It's not the whole point of a business to make money. What's wrong with this whole street? People don't understanding what is wrong with people, right? And it's like, no, it's only the drive-thru. I'm like, well, we walked here, we don't have a car. And it's like, you just have to go around and go to the back window. And I'm like, you want two ladies in high heels walk in the dark alley just so I can get a burger? And forget about it. So I walked out again. I was so upset. I was really angry and more hungry. So we walked back towards the comedy club where we were performing. And next to the Boston market, there's a Papa John's. So I thought, okay, yes, okay, I'm on this low-carb diet. I'm going to try to order this pizza with tons of toppings and just scrape off the top and leave the crust. Like, we'll see. Well, I can do this. I can do this. I walk in there. Again, I don't learn my lesson. It seems to be like the kiss of death if I say that, right? So I said, thank God you guys are open. And it's actually, we're closed, but we're open for delivery until midnight. And I'm like, but I'm here. You'd rather drive to a total stranger until midnight instead of serving people right there? And they're like, no, ma'am, that's just our policy. I'm like, this is ridiculous. So what I did is I made a phone call right in front of them, and I said, deliver it to the sidewalk. And they did. So I was standing outside with my miniature-sized pizza, and then I ate 2 slices, and we walked back to the club, and then the security guy from there saw me with the pizza and says, ma'am, you cannot come to this restaurant with your pizza box. And I said, don't get me started, okay? I've been through enough. I finally get food, and everything else is closed, and I cannot sit anywhere. I need to sit back in the restaurant, and they will not say anything because they serve me bones and cartilage. I will eat my pizza inside of the restaurant, whether you want it or not. I know it sounds very rude, but after that point, I didn't care anymore. So I ate it, and after that, I was craving for a milkshake, and I thought, let's go out and find another restaurant. Turns out when we went outside, so the club is here, when we went on this side, everything was closed and retarded. Oh, sorry, ridiculous, I didn't mean to say that word. But on the other side of the restaurant, there was a 24-hour Subway and a 24-hour McD's. So we just went on the wrong side this whole time. And we had a great laugh, my friend and I, and I feel like we were happy though, because it was so ridiculous. But I was proud of myself that I stood up for myself when I was upset, and also gained a new friend, and we have another story to put in our books, because that was a very memorable night. Thank you.